talked about him earlier. Someone who we love on this show. I'd say it is probably one of our favorite players that isn't on one of our own teams. Gardner Minshew, the Philadelphia Eagles backup quarterback. Should he be the backup? I don't know. But he at least made the case or tried his best, and I love it. I like the moxie. I like the spunk. I think you have the quote. What was exactly said, or what did they say Minshew had said?
Right. So this is Chris Mortensen reporting for ESPN mentioned that Minshew went into Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni's office after their Week 13 game and Minshew asked Sirianni what it will take for him to earn the starting job going forward. Sirianni told Minshew it is, quote, not going to happen, unquote, and that the team is committed to Hurts for the remainder of the season. And I've got to go ahead.
That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I've got two thoughts on this. And the big one is, we've hit on it already a number of times today, is, don't be stuck on one guy, right? Cleveland's stuck so much on Baker Mayfield. We've seen what happened with them, but we've seen what good teams have done. You talked about the Cardinals had Josh Rosen. They moved off of him and got Kyler Murray. So much better for it. Andy Reid had Alex Smith. They were winning a lot of games. They moved off of him, went to Pat Mahomes. Buffalo went to a playoff game with Tyrod Taylor. Move off of him. Go Josh Allen. Patriots moved off of Cam Newton, Jared Stidham, right? Remember Stidham, right? He was supposed to be a guy. Go to Mac Jones. Even Sean McVay, they went to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Hey, move off him. I want Matt Stafford. Don't be stuck on one guy unless he's something amazingly special. And let's be honest, Jalen Hurts is not amazingly special. This guy has a losing record at this point in his career. Now, he's done a lot of good things. He's an exciting player. He can make big plays with both his arms and his legs and continues to get better week after week. I think he's got a good career in front of him. I'm a fan, especially for what he did at Alabama. But he is, at least right now, not looking like this amazing elite talent that's ready to just take over the NFL. Why would you, commit at this point all into Jalen Hurts? And I got one other thought, too, with this, is players talk, especially free agency, offseason, things like that. Any player that say they had a good year, running back, receiver, something like that for a team, they're a free agent, and they're looking to go to Philly. Let's say they're a wide receiver. And they drafted Devontae Smith and they drafted Jalen Reagor, but I think I'm better than Reagor and maybe I compete with Devontae Smith. That agent is going to go to that solid receiver and say, look, you don't want to go to Philly because Sirianni is just stuck on the guys that, he has already there. He's not willing to move off guys. Right, players and agents talk. Like, this is going to be a big deal affecting the Eagles going forward, signing players if they don't change this attitude.
Absolutely, and I think the thing you touched on it, and it's so right. Don't just tell the guy, yeah, no, you have no chance. At least say like, oh, you can give them some generic bullshit answer like, hey, you start picking it up in second team practice, you're doing well, we might work you in the ones a little bit every so often, see how you do there. Don't just be like, hey, yeah, you have no chance. Obviously, Minshew is a solid player. I don't think he's ever really had a committed enough spot to where we can say for sure if he's the real deal or if he's not the real deal. He's never been given a good enough chance, but he has performed quite well when given a chance with the Jags and with the Eagles. I think that Philly makes a mistake here by not at least entertaining a cheaper option probably than Jalen Hurts that they can move on to. But if anything, Minshew has his answer, and we can at least see him move on to a team that is maybe a little bit more accepting of him next season. And I'm excited to see where he goes because I love him as a player. I love him as a personality. I've always said I think he's the next Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think he can fit into that role. A smart player. He's got a lot of moxie. He's got a lot of character. I think he's a great quarterback, a great team locker room type of guy.
Yeah, and you hit on something there that I want to cover is that this guy being Minshew, really popular in the media, really popular in the fan base, really popular in the locker room. People love Minshew. They love his leadership. They love just his moxie, like you said, everything about him. And I think, losing Minshew or kind of beating that down like Sirianni did, that kind of hurts that flow a little bit. And I will say, though, I do agree with you here. I'm excited to see where Minshew ends up in the offseason. There's a number of options. I mean, you can go in the division. You can go Washington. Heck, maybe even the Giants make a move at him. Who knows? I mean, this whole bench rivalry could take a whole nother level if Minshew leads to Washington.
That would be quite the story. We'll see where he goes. We're gonna keep a close eye on this. Minshew being one of our favorite players to follow.